57gold.com. Gary Cubetta back with another edition of our radio feature. And with me today is the great Charles Goyette. And Charles is the author of the new book, The Dollar Meltdown. Charles, great to have you with us.
Gary, it's good to talk to you again.
Absolutely. What motivated you, besides what's going on in America today, to write a book about what's happening to our dollar?
I'm glad you asked. Nobody asks me that, and really it's a story that I'd like to explain because I'm very moved by it. I spent all of my life in the public debate, all of my adult life, and in my small little corner of the world, Gary, in the public debate, trying to think and believing that the sort of the ship of state, the American ship of state, could be turned, and we could start behaving in a fiscally responsible way and make everything right and make everything good. And it occurred to me not so very long ago that we were at the point now we're headed full tilt at an iceberg, and it's, ships of state are big endeavors, and they turn really, really slowly, and it's too late to turn the ship of state. So I thought, instead of taking my message to the public at large about redeeming our political economic situation, I thought maybe I had better devote my attention to people like yourself and individuals that are listening to this program, people that read my book, about what to do about it when the collision comes. And an iceberg is a really good analogy for it because, most of the problem is below the surface and not visible to ordinary observation. Only a small tip of the iceberg is visible, so people don't really have an idea of the size and the scope of the fiscal calamity this country has before it.
Well, it's amazing, Charles, because people in America love to spend money, and they love to think about and talk about how much money they have. But what they don't take into consideration is the power of that money. And what's basically happened in Washington, D.C. with the printing press that the Federal Reserve has set up is that they have taken, and this is from your book, taken the value of our dollars and brought them down. And it's not just that they brought them down so far up until now, it's what lies ahead.
It really is. And, I'm glad you mentioned that, too, because I get in this debate. I was on CNBC fairly recently with a foreign currency trader, and I run into this all the time where people say, oh, no, the dollar is up against, a basket of currencies, or the dollar is up against the currency index, or the dollar is up against the euro. And it's like, wait a minute, back up just 1 minute. The dollar may be up against the currency, but all the currencies of the Western world, in fact, all the currencies of the world are losing purchasing power. And it's purchasing power that matters. It's purchasing power that makes people get up and go to work every day for a paycheck, that makes people save money, and they're all losing purchasing power. So one may bob up and one may bob down, and the rate of descent of the ship may be at 19 degrees down one day and then 22 degrees the next, but it doesn't matter. The